Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to be discussing in our accounts called it as an advantages of accounting. So in the previous session we have discussed what is actually the bookkeeping, what is actually the accounting, what is actually the accountancy. We have discussed, and also the differences between what are the different number of differences there between the bookkeeping and accountancy. Also we have discussed here. So now let us discuss what is actually the what are the different number of advantages are there for the accounting here. So by the use of accountancy, what are the different number of advantages? Advantages in the sense what are the different benefits we are going to be owning when we are going to be using the accounting here. సో ఏవైతే మనకి లాభాలు ఉన్నాయి అడ్వాంటేజెస్ అంటే ఏంటి మనకి ఏ లాభాలు ఉన్నాయి అకౌంటెన్సీని వాడడం వల్ల మనకి ఎలాంటి లాభాలు ఉన్నాయి అనేది మనం ఇప్పుడు తెలుసుకుందాం. So what are the different number of advantages will be consisting by using of the accountancy? Now we are going to be learning here. So there are some of the following of the advantages are there from the accountancy here. So here following are the some of the advantages of the accountancy. So here the first one is permanent and reliable record. Permanent and reliable record. Permanent and the first and foremost advantage of accounting is permanent and reliable record. So the first and foremost advantage, of accounting is what here? Permanent and reliable record here. Permanent and reliable record. So what is actually the permanent and reliable record? Permanent means generally we are going to be knowing here. So permanent basis. Permanent basis. Permanent అంటే ఏంటి? Permanent గా అంటే మనకి ఎక్కువ కాలం వరకు పర్మనెంట్ గా ఉండేది అని. సో హియర్ accounting is going to be providing the permanent record for all business transactions. Accounting is going to be providing the permanent for all business transactions and provide the reliable information to different interested parties, thus replacing the human memory. Thus it is replacing the human memory. Human being memory ni replace చేస్తుంది. So here it is not possible to remember all the transactions, all the business transactions by the individual person here. Individual person or some of the persons. So remember of all the things by the means day by day, how many number of transactions which is going to be arising in a one day or the more number of days. So it is not possible for the human beings to remember all those particular information in a exact manner by the human beings here. Sometimes we may be have forgetting here. Sometimes we are going to be forgetting here. So some transactions we are going to be recorded, also we are going to be forgetting, or the cash receipt, anything, the transactions which has been arised is going to be forgot. So we are going to be facing the problem here. So that's what will be happen here. So here the accountancy is going to be made of what here? The permanent record and the reliable information. Permanent records are going to be maintained by the accountancy all the business transactions. So the transactions which has been arised for the business organization per day wise or the time wise, everything. So that can be recorded in the business transactions can be recorded in the accountancy here. So accounting is going to be providing. So that's what we are calling. So the human being brain is a very small here. To remember all those things is going to be impossible for the person. So that what he will do, sometimes he is going to be forgetting some transactions here. So that's what they will be doing. They are going to be recording all those particular business transactions are going to be recorded in one of the place here. So that's what we are calling here accounting is going to be. That is called it as nothing but what here? Accounting. So that's what we are calling accounting is going to be recording the accounting is going to be providing us the permanent record of. It is one of the permanent record of all the business transactions. All the business transactions means some past years of information, or some past days of information, some past months of information. Every information is going to be provided to us here. So here the permanent record of all business transactions. It is going to be a permanent record of all business transactions and provide the reliable information. Reliable means what here? The required information of the interested persons. Interested person means what here? Either he may be the businessman or the outside persons, or it may be the accountants, or it may be the auditors, so that the reliable information will be, the required information will be given to the people who are actually showing the interest to collect such a information here. And that the part is thus replacing the human memory, the recorder. So the accounting records are going to be replacing the human memory. Human memory ni replace చేస్తున్నాయి. Human memory is going to be replaced with this particular accounting records, which fails to remember huge number of business transactions here. చాలా ఎక్కువ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్, బిజినెస్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ జరిగినప్పుడు ఏవైతే బిజినెస్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ని మర్చిపోతున్నాం మనము, అవన్నీ కూడా మర్చిపోకుండా ఉండడానికి మనకి ఈ అకౌంటింగ్ రికార్డ్స్ అనేవి ఏం చేస్తున్నాయి, అన్ని ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ని కూడా రికార్డ్ చేస్తున్నాయి. So that's what we are calling. So all these transactions. So the human memory is very small to remember all the transactions which has been arised by the business. It is impossible for the human beings here. Sometimes human beings are going to be doing some mistakes here. So that's what they will be doing. So here that the accounting is going to be maintaining the accounting records of all the business transactions. They are going to be providing us a permanent and the reliable records for the human beings or the interested persons here. So that is the first and foremost advantage of a accounting here. And the second one is net result of business operations. Net result of business operations. Net result of business operations. So the second advantage from the accounting is what here, net result of business operations. Net result of business operations. So accounting is going to be providing the operational results. The accounting is going to be providing us what here, operational results, that the profit or loss. Operational result in the sense what here, either profit has been arised by the business organization or loss has been arised by the business organization of the business for a given period of time, for a specific period of time, that the business organization has been got it the profit, or it may be arise the losses from the business transactions. It is going to be providing the information by the accounting for us here. Accounting what it will be providing, so here that the accounting is going to be providing the operational result. Operational result in the sense what here, the business firm is going to be getting the losses or the profits at a one particular period of time. So that result is going to be provided by the accounting for us here. So that result is known as what here, net results of business operations. Net results of business operations. This is the second advantage of an accounting here. So then the third advantage is ascertainment of financial position. Ascertainment of financial position. So the third advantage of accounting is what here, ascertainment of a financial position here. So the third advantage of accounting is what here, ascertainment of a financial position. So what is this advantage here, ascertainment of financial position? So it is not enough to know the profit or loss of the business organization. So profit వచ్చిందా లాస్ వచ్చిందా అని కనుక్కుంటే సరిపోతుందా మనకి? సో బిజినెస్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ ఒక బిజినెస్ ఫామ్లో మనకి ప్రాఫిట్ వచ్చిందా ఎట్ వన్ పర్టికులర్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్, వెదర్ వీ హౌ విల్ గాట్ ద ప్రాఫిట్ ఆర్ లాస్, ఇఫ్ యూ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు బి నోయింగ్ దట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, దట్ ఈస్ ఎనఫ్ ఫర్ అస్? No here. So here that's what will be happening here. So it is not not enough to know. It is not enough to know the profit and loss of the business, the profit and loss of the business to the proprietor. It is going to be requires a full picture of his financial position. The businessman is going to be requiring the full position, means what here, that the full picture of his financial position is going to be needed for him here. So for the plan for the next year's business here, next year he want to continue the business or not, he want to know the full picture of a financial position of the business, he must need to know here. So for that what will be happen here, balance sheet is going to, what will be providing that full picture of that particular business position here. So the balance sheet is going to be providing, the balance sheet prepared by the accounting is going to be providing the full picture of the balance sheet, is going to be providing the financial status of the business here. So the balance sheet prepared by the accounting is going to be providing the financial status of the business here. So the future decision for the sake of future decision making purpose. So the balance sheet is going to be providing the full picture of his business here. Full picture. So full picture in the sense what here? The clear cut information is going to be provided. Either he must need to continue the business for the future years, or he can close down the business, can be provided through the balance sheet by the accounting here. So that is the another third advantage of a accounting here. And the fourth one is facilitate the comparative study here. It facilitates the comparative study. Facilitates the comparative study. So here that the accounting facilitates the comparative study. We can make the comparison. Comparative study in the sense what here? We can make the comparison here. So facilitate the accounting facilitates the comparative study here. So accounting provides the facility of comparative study. Accounting provides the accounting is going to be providing the facility of comparative study. Accounting is going to be providing the comparative study for the various aspects of the business, it is going to be providing the comparative study. Comparison can be made here for the study various aspects, different aspects ni comparison cheyadaniki. For the study purpose, and such as profits, how much profits has been compared. We can make the comparison from the last year to this year, or last month to this month, or last week to this week. So the comparison can be made it here. So like which particular items we can compare here, like profits arised in the last year, or profits arised of this year, or profits arised in the last month, or last quarter, or profits arised for this month, or this quarter, or the sales, how many sales has been made in the last year, last month, this month, how much sales we should have to expect, and how much expenses has been incurred for the last year, or this year, or last month, or this month, last week, or this week, like that is the information. We can make the comparison here. We can make the comparison of all these particular things like profits, sales, purchase. So anything we can expect before we can expect here. So Excel with the previous year helps the businessman to take necessary decision here. With the previous information for the present, for the future sake, he can take the decision making purpose. It is going to be helping us here. It is going to be facilitating us the comparative study. Is going to be helping for the businessman to take the future decisions here based on the past information. He is going to be making the future decisions here. So that is the advantage is going to be made in the accountancy here. And the next one is control over assets. The next advantage is what here? Control over assets. The next one is what here? Control over the assets. He is going to be having the control on the assets which is going to be owning here. So in the course of business, so the proprietor acquires. Proprietor in the sense what here? The owner is going to be acquiring the various assets, like buildings, plant and machinery, furniture, etc. We are going to be having. Assets in the sense what here? Buildings, different number of buildings he may be owning, or different types of the assets he may be. Assets in the sense what here? Machinery he may be owning, or the furniture he may be owning, plants he may be owning here. So here what he will be doing here? So in the course of business, in the business which he is going to be doing, in that he may be owning the different types of assets like buildings, machines, furniture, plants, equipment, like that different he is going to be owning here. So here that the which are well protected and generating records here. So what they will be doing here? So which are all these particular assets which he is going to be owning, which all those are going to be well protected by generating the records, by maintaining the records. He can well protect of all those particular his assets here, protect of all those particular assets by him which is going to be owning here. So that is the another advantage. And the next one helps the management performances evaluation. So the next advantage of accounting is what here? Performances evaluation. So what is actually the performances evaluation? Accounting forms a basis for the accounting is going to be forming the basis for the process of performance evaluation, the process which will be involved for the performance evaluation to improve the performance of employees, for the improvement of performance of the employees or division of employees or the activities which will be involving of the employees can be known here. So performance of evaluate performance evaluation means so here some of the employees will be better performing, some employees is going to be require the training skills, some people are going to be doing the more of the wastage, so like that their performance, so they are going to be showing the more is the talent, some people will be having the more talent, some people are going to be having the less of the knowledge regarding that, so here that the performance evaluation can be made it through using of this particular accounting here. So accounting forms the basis for process of performance, the process of performance evaluate to improve the performance of employees. So by evaluating, so their skills can be improved by providing the training and their knowledge, so these all will be by providing of the better providing employees, the better perform employees will be giving as a bonus or like that they may be providing here, and in the all those particular activities which will be involved in the business performances here. That is another advantage. And the next one helps the management. Helps the management. Helps management. Helps the management here. The accounting is going to be helps to the management. How, in which particular format it is going to be helping the management here? So accounting helps the management. Accounting is going to be helping the management on important issues like ascertainment of cost and price fixation, ascertainment of cost and price fixation of goods and services here. How the accounting is going to be helping to the management here? So it is going to be helping to the management. Accounting is going to be helping to the management in the important issues. In the important issues like అంటే ఏంటి ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్, ఎలాంటి ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్లో హెల్ప్ చేస్తుంది? ఇట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి అసర్టైనింగ్ ద అసర్టైన్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఏ కాస్ట్ మీన్స్ హౌ మచ్ ఎక్స్పెండిచర్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ ఇంకర్డ్ and how much expenditure they should have to made, and that the fixation of the price for the goods and services, ఎంత రేట్ అంటే ఏ గూడ్స్ అండ్ సర్వీసెస్కి ఎంత రేటు ఫిక్స్ చేయాలి, ఎంత ఖర్చు పెట్టి ఆ వస్తువుల్ని తయారు చేయాలి, వస్తువులు కానీ సేవల్ని కానీ తయారు చేయడానికి ఎంత ఖర్చు పెట్టవచ్చు, ఎంత రేటు వాటికి తయారు చేసినటువంటి వస్తువులకు కానీ సేవలకు కానీ ఎంత రేటు ఫిక్స్ చేయొచ్చు అనే విధంగా ఆ వేలో అకౌంటింగ్ అనేది మేనేజ్మెంట్కి హెల్ప్ చేస్తుంది. So accounting is going to be helping to the management in the issues like ascertainment of a cost, and price fixation of the goods and services. It is going to be helping the management here. And the last advantage is what here? Evidence here. And the last advantage is what here? Evidence. So the accounting is going to be helping in the form of an evidence. One is the another advantage of accounting is what here? Evidence. So here accounting records act as an accounting records are going to be acting as an approved evidence in the legal matters here. Approved evidence in the legal matters. Legal అంటే కొన్నిసార్లు కేసెస్ ఫైల్ అయినప్పుడు కానీ లీగల్ ఎవిడెన్స్ కింద లీగల్ అంటే ప్రూఫ్ like it is going to be maintaining in the form of a proof of identity here. సో ప్రూఫ్ ఆఫ్ ఎవిడెన్స్ కింద చూపించడానికి మనకు ప్రూఫ్ కింద ఉంటాయి. అకౌంటింగ్ రికార్డ్స్ అనేది ప్రూఫ్ కింద మనకి హెల్ప్ చేస్తాయి. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏదైతే నువ్వు కొన్నావు, సో హియర్ సపోజ్ టేక్ ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వెన్ యూ హ్యావ్ బిన్ పర్చేస్ సంథింగ్ ఇన్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద షాప్, సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద ఎవిడెన్స్ ఆఫ్ పర్చేస్ హియర్? ద బిల్ or the voucher will be the evidence for purchasing of your you in the shop here, something you have been purchased. So the evidence is what here? The bill or the receipt. So will be showing in the form of an evidence whether you have been purchased or the sold. So like that here. So here also the accounting records will be proof as like a proofing as a in the form of an evidence here. So that is these are the different number of advantages will be consisting by the accounting here. These are the different number of advantages will be consisting by the accounting here. So there are, even though there are the more number of advantages, there are some of the limitations will be consisting by the accounting here. So let us know what are the limitations of accounting here. So even though we are going to be having the more number of advantages of accounting, so there are some of the limitations of the accounting we are going to be having. So let us discuss what are the limitations of an accountancy here. So there are following are the some of the limitations of our accounting here. There are following are the some of the limitations of accounting we are going to be discussing now here. So the first one is records only monetary transactions. Records only monetary transactions. So, accounting records only the monetary transactions. Accounting records only the monetary transactions. So, accounting considers monetary transactions only. Accounting is going to be considers only the monetary transactions only. అంటే మనీ ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఓన్లీ అక్కడ రికార్డ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. సో హియర్ అకౌంటింగ్ కన్సిడర్స్ మానిటరీ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఓన్లీ. అకౌంటింగ్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బి కన్సిడరింగ్ ఓన్లీ ద మానిటరీ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ఓన్లీ. మనీ వాల్యూకి చెందినవి మాత్రమే అక్కడ రికార్డ్ చేయడం జరుగుతుంది. సో నాన్ మానిటరీ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ లైక్ నాన్ మానిటరీ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ మీన్స్ మనీ ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ హియర్. సో we are the monetary transactions and non-monetary transactions. So here, so accounting is going to be recording only the monetary transactions. So the non-monetary transactions like the skills of human resources, the skills of human resources, quality, the quality of the quality, organization culture, quality, organization culture, units of production, sales, etc. Units of production, sales, etc. are ignored in accounting here. Units of sales, etc. are ignored in the accounting here. So how much cost of the sales has been made, that can be recorded in the accounting here. అంటే ఏంటి, ఓన్లీ మానిటరీ వాల్యూ, మనీ వాల్యూకి చెందినటువంటి ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ మాత్రమే అక్కడ అకౌంటింగ్లో మనం రికార్డ్ అనేది చేస్తాం. Only the monetary value transactions only can be recorded in the accounting here. So we are going to be ignoring of the non-monetary value. Non-monetary values like what here, the skills of the skills of the human resources, the skills skills of the human resources, and organization culture, which culture we are going to be using, and units of production sales, units of how much units of the production of sales has been made, these all are going to be ignored by the accounting. Only monetary value can be taken into consideration. అంటే మనీ వాల్యూ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ మాత్రమే అక్కడ ఎంటర్ అనేది చేస్తున్నాము. నాన్ మనీ వాల్యూ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ అక్కడ ఎంటర్ చేయట్లేదు కాబట్టి అవి మనకి కనిపించట్లేదు. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద లిమిటేషన్ ఆర్ నాట్ హియర్? ఎస్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆల్సో ద లిమిటేషన్ హియర్. And the second one is that the historical in nature here. The second one is what here? Historical in nature. The second limitation of an accounting is what here? Historical in nature here. The second limitation of accounting is what here? Historical in nature here. Historical in nature. So accounting considers the only historical transactions. Accounting is going to be considering only historical transactions. అంటే జరిగినవి, పూర్వం జరిగినవి మాత్రమే అక్కడ కన్సిడర్ చేస్తుంది. జరగబోయేవి అయితే కన్సిడర్ చేయము కదా, ఇంతకు మునుపు జరిగినవి మాత్రమే. So the transactions which has been already arised only, it is going to be recorded here. So which is going to be arise in the future is not going to be recording in the accounting here. So the transactions which are going to be arised in the past only, it is going to be recorded. So it is not going to be recording the future. It is not going to be recording the future transactions here. So that's what we are calling historical in nature. Historical in nature here. So here accounting considers only the historical transactions. That is transactions which have occurred in the past only recorded in the accounting of books of accounts. Accounting books lo em chestunnamu, ఇంతకు ముందు past whatever the transactions has been arised, only the transactions are going to be recorded in the books of accounts here. Books of accounting here. Books of accounting only only that the past arised transactions only we are going to be recording. Transactions related to the future estimations, the transactions which are going to be related to the future estimations or forecastings are not considered in the accounting here. Future estimations and forecasting, forecastings are going to be not recorded in the books of accounts here. Only the past అంటే ముందు జరిగిన ట్రాన్సాక్షన్స్ ని మాత్రమే ఇక్కడ రికార్డ్ అనేది చేస్తున్నాం. ఫ్యూచర్ లో జరగబోయేవి, ఫ్యూచర్ లో వచ్చేటటువంటివి, మనకు వచ్చేటటువంటి లాభాన్ని మనం ఇక్కడ రికార్డ్ అనేది చేయట్లేదు. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద అనదర్ లిమిటేషన్. సో ద past transactions only is going to be recorded under the books of accounting. The future and forecasting transactions are not going to be recorded under the books of accounting here. So that's what we are calling here. It is in the form of an accounting, is in the form of an historical in nature here. So that is the limitation of an accounting here. And the third one is price level changes are not considered here. Price level changes are not considered. 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 Accounting does not consider the price level changes. Accounting does not consider the price level changes. Account does not consider. Accounting is not going to be considering the price level changes, which may occur from time to time here. So which are going to be occurring from the time to time. The time to time, the prices of the goods and services are going to be changing here. But the accounting is not going to be considering of that particular price changes here. So here it does not reflect the current position here. It does not reflect in the current position here. Past position will be taken into consideration here. The past position of the price changes only will be considered by the accounting. The current position cannot be taken by the accounting here. So that is the another limitation of an accounting here. And the next one, does not provide reliable, realistic information. Does not provide realistic information. Does not provide realistic information. Accounting does not provide realistic information. Accounting does not provide realistic information. That is the another limitation here. So while preparing the books of accounts, while when we are going to be preparing the books of accounts, these all the transactions we are going to be recording now. So books of accounts like purchases one book, cash one book, sales one book, like that differently we are going to. So while preparing of all these particular books of accounts, subjectivity of the accountancy may influence the final results. Subjectivity of the accountancy may influence the final result of the business enterprise. Final result of the business enterprise is going to be affecting, influencing here. So this may not provide the realistic information. This may not be providing the realistic and exact information provide to you. This may not provide the realistic information, which in turn affects the overall result of the business concern here. So overall result of the business concern ki edaithe information kavalo aa information manaki accounting lo provide cheyaledu. Have you got it understood now? So here that down, while preparing the books of accounts, while preparing the books of accounts, while preparation of the books of accounts, so the subjectivity of the accounting, the subject matter of the accounting may influence the final results of the business enterprise. Final result ni batti business enterprise result anedi manaki ఇది అవుతుంది. So the final result of the business enterprise may be affecting here. So this may not provide the realistic, the accounting may not be providing the realistic information, which in turn affects the overall result of the business concern. Overall result of the business concern edaithe effect avutundo aa information ni provide cheyatledu. So that is the another limitation of an accounting here. This is the another limitation of an accounting here. So these are the different number of advantages and limitations of the accounting here. These are the different number of advantages and limitations of the accounting here. I think so you people have clearly understood what are the different number of advantages by the accounting and what are the different number of limitations will be consisting by the accounting here. So in the next session we are going to be learning of the different basic accounting terms. So what are the different terms ante ఏ words ni మనం ఎక్కువ వాడతాము అకౌంటింగ్ లో, మనం ఏ words ని ఎక్కువగా వాడతాము, వాటి మీనింగ్ ఏంటి అనేది తెలుసుకుందాం. So in the next class we are going to be learning the different terms of basic terms of an accounting. What are the different number of basic terms we are going to be using in a accounting we are going to be learning in the next class here. I think so you people have clearly understood this.